Alright, so today I'll be explaining unequal sharing. With unequal sharing, there are two methods in which you could go about solving unequal sharing. So the whole concept of unequal sharing is where you have a fixed quantity, right? And from this fixed quantity, you need to divide the amount between some number of people. For example, probably two persons. So where in one case, one receives more than the other, but we always need to remember that we are dealing with a fixed number of items. So for example, oranges, we will deal with a fixed number of oranges, and from the fixed number of oranges, we will divide the oranges such that one of the persons may receive more than the other. So to explain unequal sharing, I'm using the example given here. And what I will do, I'll use method 1 first. And method 1 now deals where you will be subtracting the extra that is given from the total amount and then dividing the remainder equally among the amount of people there. So we're starting with a total of 36 oranges was shared between John and his brother Kevin. John received 6 more oranges than his brother Kevin. Calculate the number of oranges Kevin received and John received. So first what we will want to do, this is using the first method. So step 1, from the total, which is 36 oranges, you will want to take away the extra amount that is being given, which is the 6. And therefore, you will remain with 30 oranges. So from this 30 oranges that will remain with, this 30 oranges need to be shared equally between two persons, John and Kevin. So therefore, since it is two persons we need to share it between, step 2 will be the amount to be shared equally will be the 30 oranges, and the amount of persons who need to share it equally between, in this case, is 2. So 30 divided by 2 is 15 oranges. So therefore, each person will receive 15 oranges. So Kevin received 15 oranges and John received 15 oranges. But they said John received 6 more oranges than Kevin. So therefore, to calculate now how much John received, it is the 15 that was shared equally between the two boys plus the 6 extra, or the 6 more. And that will give you 21 oranges. So therefore we know John received 21 oranges and Kevin received 15 oranges. To check now, to ensure that the answer is correct, when you add up the quantity that John received and the quantity that Kevin received, it's supposed to add up back to the total, which is 36. So 15 plus 21 will be 36. So we realize here now that our answer for Kevin is 15, for John is 21. Just to recap, what we did was, from the total, we subtracted the extra amount. We remained with 30. From the remainder here now, which is the 30, we check now to see how many persons we need to share between or among. In this case, it is between two persons, John and Kevin. So therefore, from the remainder, we divided by 2 because it was only 2 persons, and therefore it was 15. So therefore, each boy received 15. We read now that John received 6 more. So therefore, from the 15 that he received, you need to add on the additional 6. So 15 plus 6 is 21. And that is how to do unequal sharing with the first method. Good. Continuing now with unequal sharing with the second method. The second method of unequal sharing is where you use algebra. So the algebraic method is using x as a variable, an unknown variable. Alright, it's very easy, and I'll explain using the following example. We see here now, we just said 95 marbles were shared among 3 friends, Jack, Jill, and Sam. Jill received 15 marbles more than Jack, and Sam received 5 more than Jill. Calculate Jill, Jack, and Sam's quantity. So, we have Jack, we have Jill, and we have Sam. We do not know how much or how many marbles Jack received. So therefore, we will put the unknown variable x. X here will represent whatever value or whatever quantity Jack received. So in this case, we do not know how many marbles Jack received, so we put x. From reading the question now, we realize that Jill received 15 marbles more than Jack. So we know Jack was represented by x. So Jill is Jack amount plus 15 more. So it was Jack amount plus 15 more. Remember, Jack again was represented by x, that is why we put x here. So it is x plus 15. Jack amount plus the 15 extra. They said Sam received 5 more than Jill. So therefore this here, this x plus 15 here will represent whatever Jill received. So therefore, to calculate how much Sam received, it will be Jack amount, which is the x plus 15, plus the 5 extra. So, we know now when you add up, Jack amount plus Jill amount plus Sam amount, you're supposed to get back the total, and in this case the total was 95. So Jack amount was represented by x, Jill amount was represented by x plus 15, and Sam's amount was represented by x plus 15 plus 5, which is the Jill amount plus the 5 extra. And we know now when you add Jack amount, Jill amount, Sam amount, the total marbles you're supposed to get was 95. In a case like this now, we will add all the like terms. For example, we know 1x plus 1x is 2x, 2x plus 1x is 3x. It is the same as saying 1 apple plus 1 apple plus 1 apple. So 1 apple plus 1 apple is 2 apples, 2 apples plus 1 apple is 3 apples. Same concept. So it's 1x plus 1x is 2x, 2x plus 1x is 3x. So we know 3x plus, and we have here 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 5 is 35. We have 3x plus 35 is equal to 95. What we need to do now is to take now and put all the like terms on one side and all the unlike terms on the other. So therefore, what we will do, we will carry across this 35. And since it was a plus 35, it will become a minus 35 when it goes across the equal sign. So we know now 3x is equal to 95, take away 35. So we know 3x is equal to 60. To calculate what x is, you say 60 divided by 3, which is equal to 20. So we know now x is equal to 20 marbles. So now, to check now to see what each of these persons received, we can see now Jack is represented by x, and the value for x is 20. So therefore, Jack received 20 marbles. We can see here now that Jill received X, which was the 20 marbles, plus 15 extra. So this is 20 plus 15, which is equal to 35 marbles. And we can see now Sam is the X amount, which is 20, plus 15, plus the additional 5, which is equal to 40. And now 40 marbles. And now to check to ensure that our answer is correct, 40 plus 20 is 60, 60 plus 35 is 95. And we get back our total of 95 marbles. And those are the two ways in which you can do unequal sharing. Either the algebraic way or the normal number concept way, where we subtract the extra and they divide normally.